Merry Christmas. Actually, obviously, from when this video is posted, plus from when I'm recording it, it is actually not Christmas. It's the day after Christmas. Christmas ended 2 hours ago. But, um, I've had a very interesting last 48 hours of my life. We plan to talk about it. So, started off by um, pretty much saying that last night was Christmas Eve. Yes. And then technically Christmas morning, you know. And uh, I did something I've never done while working here. I overslept, and it wasn't even like overslept by a little bit, overslept by 3 hours. Uh, and to make it all weirder and worse, for on top of all of that, I went to bed at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and got up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I slept for 12 hours straight. How I slept for 12 hours, I literally couldn't tell you. Uh, I had alarms set. People called me. I mean, there was all kinds of things that went down that I just never woke up to. So I woke up at 2. It was actually 1:48 in the morning. I woke up. I practically shit my pants when I realized, oh my god, I'm 3 hours late for work. I called my work, talked to the woman who had come in to take over for me for the few hours, and called her and apologized and said I just woke up and that I was gonna get dressed and that I would be there. And so I got here and she wasn't upset. She wasn't mad at me, at least when I got here. Um, I felt like a piece of shit because she had already worked a shift earlier in that day, and then she came back for that little amount of time. She should make decently good money. It's double and a half during Christmas and New Year's, so she should have made good money for those 3 hours at least. But obviously I made less good money because I didn't get those extra 3 hours. But um, so yeah, so that's pretty much like how my night started. And then another slightly unfortunate mishap happened, which I did technically record a video, but I recorded a video yesterday. I recorded it after a whole bunch of all this bad stuff had technically happened, and I was very angry and opinionated. So I kind of angrily yelled at the camera and said things, and I didn't really say anything that was inappropriate or you know mean to anybody one per se, but you know it I there was just moments where I was like, let's just re-record this and be a little bit more level-headed about the whole situation, because practically what happened was when I got to work, even though I was late, I've never done this before. I didn't get in trouble. I apologized to everybody. I I talked to my general manager, which is obviously the person that deals with people who don't show up and shit like that, and I have a good relationship with her. So I mean, I called her up and apologized to her and told her, not to expect this to be a thing. And obviously, I've been here for a year and 2 months, and this is the first time this ever happened. I literally have no excuse or no idea how it happened, but it somehow it did. Um, and she was completely fine with it. Uh, but when I came to work, I picked up my paycheck because I got paid on Friday. But obviously, Friday being Christmas, banks are closed, so I just have to pick up my check and then wait until Monday when the bank's open to put my money in. And stapled to my check was a paper that states that my job is mandating vaccine shots by January 4th, and I don't have mine. I understand that some may disagree with my idea and or reasoning for not getting it, but as I see it, is I'm a human being that lives in this beautiful country called America, and I realistically should have the freedom and or right to choose whether I do or don't want it. But unfortunately, I was very upset last night, obviously, like I said, so I kind of bitchingly, rantingly raved over the the video of my disgust for the people out there that think that you have the right to tell me to get the shot when I don't agree with taking the shot. Um, and that's pretty much why I didn't want to post it. And I figured instead, just not going into details about it. I said that little piece right there. That's all we're going to say. It's the main reason why I have a problem with it. It's because people are forcing me to do something I don't want to do. And it seems very unconstitutional to think that I'm now going to lose my job due to the fact of I refuse to do something that everybody else decides that they have no problem doing. And um, so that's kind of like a big wrench in my system. And I was just about to start working at the other hotel for a couple days. I'm not guaranteed to have the position, but night auditor is available at the other hotel they own for 3 days. It would be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I don't want to get all 3 days. I'd like to only have 2 days because that would give me a full 5 day work week. I'd be 2 days at one hotel and 3 days at a different hotel, but it would work good. But unfortunately, if it's owned by the same company, obviously I'm going to need my vaccine card proof of that for both jobs. And since I don't have it for one, I haven't really made any mention that I'll take that other shift for the other job. But um, the other unfortunate part is, in the way that, and unfortunately the way this is working out, is besides the fact that everybody is practically telling me I have to get it, I practically have to get it anyways, because if I don't get it, I'll probably lose my job. And unfortunately, even though we have not gone into detail on this channel about it, and to be completely honest, I probably am going to go a while before I ever truly say anything to anybody on this channel, but I have some medical stuff going on at the moment that costs a lot of money, and for my health's sake, I don't really have the ability to just put it off. So I need to get it done. And if I lose my job because I decided not to get the vaccine and then I don't have any money, then I can't pay for the stuff and medicine and stuff that I need, to like be healthy. So now I'm just stuck now having to go get the vaccine, which I'm sure to anybody out there who has it and thinks it's no big deal, you're probably like, you're making it sound like it's such a bad thing, but heaven forbid that someone else in this world disagrees with you, has a different opinion than you. I don't look forward to knowing that I'm gonna get the vaccine if I actually get it. Uh, but like I said, I unfortunately in my life right now I really don't have the ability to lose my job. I I'm really happy with it. I fit in really well here. I just got a $2 raise. It's like things are going great at this job. Now there's a position opened up where I could start working 3 days, um or I could end up working 5 days a week instead of 3 days, which would be amazing. It's only 2 extra days per paycheck, but I'm telling you that extra $200 would it'd be a little less than $200, but the extra chunk of money would actually be really quite helpful added up over time. And then, of course, they throw this wrench into the whole play of, oh, now you have to have your vaccine. And like I said, unfortunately, I need the money. I don't want to go running around looking for another job, and on top of that, I don't really have the ability to just kind of put my hospital stuff on pause while I wait for the ability to find a new job. I'm not gonna like let my family pay for it, so I'm just gonna have to get the goddamn vaccine just so I can keep my job and not fucking, you know, not have to worry about it. But to continue on with even more saddening slash upsetting things, I'm sure at this point by now you could probably definitely tell that my headphones don't particularly look correct. And I would say you are right. Uh, when I got home on Monday of last week, I um, I uh, I took everything out of, like, I have a gun case that I don't use because it's an extra one. I had a gun in it, but then I got a different nicer case and it locks like a lot better. And so I had this old plastic case and I had nothing to do with it. Like, I had no idea what to do with it. I was just gonna throw it away because I literally had no idea what I should use it for. Um, and then one day it was raining and I didn't want to carry my laptop into the hotel, um, like, in the chance that it could get wet. So I put it inside the gun case. And since that day, practically every time that I've ever come to work, except for the last 2 days, ironically, but practically every day that I've come to work, I've put all of my computer stuff or all the stuff I want to take to work, I just put inside of there. Now I bring a lunchbox, that's full of food and drinks and stuff. But I mean, for the whole sense of other things, like my laptop, I have, the headphones go in there, the charger for the laptop, my charger for my cell phone, just things like that. I put them all inside this box. I put the laptop in there. It's got foam in there because normally there'd be a gun that it would need to hold anyways. So the foam just holds the computer in place. And then I close it and I bring it here, and it's just like a nice safe box that I feel better knowing that my computer's inside of. And when I get to home on Monday morning, I took everything out of the box and set it next to me on the floor. And um, I think it was maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the days, I went to go sit down in my chair and realized like that stuff was there, and I was like about to kick it with my foot, and so I was like, dude, you need to watch out for that. And I didn't think nothing of it. And last night when I rushed to get ready for work, when I ran into the garage to get my dog out so she could go to the bathroom, I grabbed my headphones and I just threw them, like, I just picked them up and had my laptop with me, and then I walked out. I put them in my truck when I walked up to the front, and so on and so forth. It wasn't until I got to work, had all this bullshit happen of, like, first waking up late and showing up late, and then finding out, oh, by the way, unless you have your vaccine by 2 weeks, we're gonna have to let you go. Um, uh, I decide, like, okay, I'm gonna record a YouTube video. I'm gonna be angry, but fuck it, this will show them a different side of me. Which, like I said, it's not that I didn't want to, that I'm afraid of showing that side of me to you. It's the fact I'm not trying to have people out here be like, he's ignorant and stuff like that. Like, I was angry in the moment, so I just was ranting and raving. And when I pulled out the headphones, or when I grabbed my headphones to put them on, that's when I realized that unfortunately it broke. It's still held together, so it's still one piece, but it's just floppy now. And it works in the sense I still have one hearing speaker attached to the mouthpiece, so I can just kind of move it like it's sat here where the speaker's way up here, and and then that way it kind of gives me this positioning that it holds it in place. I like this microphone way too much, so even if I have to end up getting a different headset, I'm still gonna keep this microphone because at least I can leave it standing up. I can practically just use this part here, the microphone part, as a mic, and instead of needing to have it on my head, because this microphone is actually pretty good. So I'm gonna keep it. But I recorded a 8-minute long video for you guys yesterday, and then I paused the video because somebody came down and needed to, do something or needed me to help them with something, and so I paused the video and went out there and helped them. But when I came back to continue recording the video, like a complete idiot, instead of hitting continue, like to continue recording, I just hit the record button. And so, since I hit the record button, it just deleted the last recording of 8 minutes and started a new recording. So then I made that second video in which I then was ranting and raving in it. So I mean, like, I'm um, so that kind of pissed me off. And then you have the headphones that was the cherry on top of the bullshit with the vaccine and me waking up late and all that stuff. And by the time I got off work yesterday, I was really emotional. I was like an emotional wreck. And fortunately, a friend of mine that was actually nice enough to to contact me on Christmas told me I could come over to their house and spend time with them and their family because I didn't have anybody around to spend holidays with, and like I said, I wasn't having a particularly good night, and then other things also weighing on my mind, in life medically wise, that it's just drained a lot out of me, and sometimes I just can't really get out of my own head. So I was very appreciative that they allowed me to come over and spend Christmas with them, because obviously I've never in my life gone over to somebody else's Christmas on Christmas morning. But again, I definitely needed to be around people because it helped a whole lot being around people, just talking and having a good time and stuff when you're in like a really deep dark place. But um, then to make everything even better, so since I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday, um, you know, I I knew that, you know, because the reality is I need to go to bed earlier than 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so this whole situation can't happen anyways, right? Well, the only way I can go to bed earlier is if I go home tired. But I'm never tired because I'm wired awake from work, and um, they I have brain fart. I got a random thought about somebody sitting out in the parking lot, and then my brain just kind of went off track from there. But um, uh, I was but so since I had gotten up at 2, I knew that there was no way I was going to be able to go home and fall asleep. So because of that, I decided that if I can't fall asleep before 11 o'clock, since for some reason my body decided to sleep for 12 hours, if I fell asleep at 11 o'clock in the morning and I slept for 12 hours, I'd wake up, it'd be 11 o'clock at night. I'd still be late, but at least it'd be the shortest late period I could be, without being too much of a problem. So, being afraid that I might possibly do it again, I opted to stay up all day. So that's why this video I look a bit zombificated, and that would be why. It's because I haven't slept since 2 o'clock yesterday, or 1:48 when I woke up, and as you can see from the clock over here, that it is 2:30 in the morning. So I've been awake for now about 20 4.5 hours. So I'm a pretty tired boy. So yeah, you know, life goes on. We roll with the punches. We keep on moving. Just keep on keeping on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go, guys, because I do end up having to do some work here as soon as I get off here. But hopefully, guys, like this video. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to keep up with cool content that comes out whenever I want it to until the first of the year, when it will hopefully then be daily, and if not, at least multiple times a week instead of just once, maybe twice, kind of thing. So, um, I appreciate everybody who's stuck around to watch this far, and yeah, I feel like there was something else I was gonna add on to the end of that, around the end of this, and now I don't really remember. So I guess it wasn't that important. Hope everybody had a good Christmas, or holiday if you don't particularly celebrate Christmas. I got a lot of cool stuff. I got a Browns blanket. I also got a Browns shirt that says "Maybe in my lifetime" and a Super Bowl trophy next to that. And I got a toolbox and a bunch of tools that I needed to work on my truck. So it's all around. It was a pretty good Christmas, and that I got gifts that I actually wanted and needed, and got to spend time with my mom and my dad the day before Christmas, technically Christmas Eve, because they were out of town at my sister's house for Christmas. So I spent Christmas Eve morning with them and opened my gifts and did all that stuff so that they could still be with me for mine and also be there for theirs. So, alright, guys, I'll talk to you later. If you guys by chance want to watch other content like other content like this one, click on this over here or subscribe over here.